Hello. Hello. Hi. Good morning, 10 minutes late, but thank you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for being with us in this Fitur that is rather special. And with no further ado, I shall give the floor now to Gabriel Escarrer, President and CEO of Meliá. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being in this press conference. I see many media, many tour operators, travel agents, friends, professionals. Thank you very much for being here today. Well, I've come running, so that's why I'm a bit short of breath. In this press conference, as well as paying homage to the victims of the train accident, as has been the case in many events of this fair, I have to point out that it's the 70th anniversary of our company, a very special moment for all of us, and we wanted to share with our friends. In these 70 years, many things have happened. I'm not going to go step by step, but what I can say is that this has been a story of growth. It's been a story of integration of other tourism groups, and we make sure always to be surrounded by the best possible talent. And in recent years, we have been very active in the creation of new brands, such as Zell, also Min in Meliá collection, and also the Meliá group is decisively going towards the luxury segment. Results, as you know, are good. We quote in the stock exchange, so we can't give end of year figures, but here you have the results of the 9 first months of the year. And what I can anticipate is that the year is pretty good. And it definitely aligns with the expectations and forecasts of the market and of the analysts. I'd say a very healthy market situation. There's been a quantitative and qualitative growth. We completed the year with 51 signed hotels. This entails more than 9,100 rooms signed already. And we have managed to open 28 hotels. That's practically 2,800 rooms, no less. I would like to point out our strategy in what I define as the vacational axis or theme. It's 22%, no less, in America, 60% of the growth in the Mediterranean basin, or high percentage in Middle East and also Southeast Asia growth too. And those countries in green are the new destinations where we were not previously present, and we have opened hotels in Honduras, Andorra, Hungary, Maldives, Saudi Arabia, and Bahrain. Well, and with this pipeline and regarding the 383 hotels that, yes, we do have open, in very few months, we're going to be reaching a landmark that we are all very happy about, and that is we're going to be getting to 400 hotels at the end of this current year, 2026. And as well as these 383 hotels open, we have 83 hotels in the pipeline that will be opening in the coming 2 years, between 2026 and 2027. So at the end of next year, all going well, we will have 466 hotels open with nearly 112,000 rooms, and we will be present in 44 countries, no less. There are challenges, undoubtedly, and in these 70 years, there have been challenges. But what we want to do is continue to grow with this selective and strategic expansion. We want to grow in those destinations that we consider more singular and attractive in the world. And a clear example of this is the opening that took place on December the 12th, a month ago. It was our first hotel in Maldives. And after this one will come another in the month of May. But we like to be present in paradise, places like Bariloche, Argentine, Maldives, Greece, Albania, Montenegro, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain. These destinations, well, we feel very proud about being there. And of course, we are growing elsewhere, but we don't want to make our leadership in Spain suffer because of this. Not at all. In Spain, we are leaders, definitely. We want to continue being leaders, but also have this absolute leadership in the Balearic Islands and Andalusia. In 2025, of the 28 hotels I mentioned before that we have opened, 10 of them were opened in Spain. And right now, well, I'm sure there will be more. We're going to be opening 10 further hotels this year in Spain, in Malaga, Cadiz, Granada, Majorca, and Tenerife. This is an example of the hotel that we will be opening in the month of May this year. It's Hacienda del Mar en Estepona. And growth in the Balearic Islands. Well, we are the only hotel company that has establishments on all the islands, thanks to the Formentera hotel. We are in Formentera, Majorca, Minorca, and Ibiza. We're going to be opening in May, June this year, Meliá Collection in Santa Ponsa with the Vigorra family. And we have opened the Palma Avenida. And we're going to be temporarily closing it for a deep refurbishment to make sure that it's an inside hotel. In Andalusia, our portfolio is 27 hotels. And let me give you an example here of the last three that we have signed. The Granada Palace Hotel, a 5-star in Granada, the Holiday Resort, 4 hotels with more than 900 rooms, and the Meliá Marbella, which is close to the Don Pepe Hotel. It will be opening next year, 2027, after a deep reform with the Meliá brand. And what I wanted to talk about here as well is this huge effort that the company is making in the premium and luxury segments. Currently, out of the 388 hotels that are part of the portfolio of open hotels of Meliá, 63% is what we consider the premium luxury portfolio. But as to the pipeline, 78% of the hotels in the pipeline belong to luxury. So in Meliá, we truly believe and we truly want to go towards being definitely different, going towards luxury. For that, we have first-class partners. We are the Spanish hotel company with more alliances with luxury consortia. Good examples are, well, only in Spain, we have 11 hotels affiliated to the most exquisite club, the leading hotels of the world club. We have 21 hotels in Amex affiliated, 31, sorry, a fine hotels and resort program of Amex and the Amex Hotel Collection, and 5 hotels that are part of the portfolio of Virtuoso Hotels. Here you have an example, the Meliá de Mar and the Torre Melina Hotel, which is uh, the hotel recently opened just a year ago in Barcelona. And for this luxury strategy, we have been growing with third parties, with partners. We do really believe in luxury. We're working towards quality and luxury, and we want to continue to grow with names, brands, and very consolidated attributes in the luxury segment. And Inigo Recho, for example, the owner of Tracaín, and the R restaurants, the R restaurants, then the spas that we have been opening in the company with the Clarins brand, Club de Playa, such as Bonbon with Alberta Ferretti, alliances with Riva, alliances with Audi as well for the launch of the new electric car models. And at the end of the day, what we want to be is an umbrella of brands, and joining forces in the luxury segment, we help increase the awareness as to all our brands. And we see our colleagues, our partners, and all of us striving for best quality. It's what we were talking about. It's not just growth for growth itself, but rather growing with attributes, growing in the segment of quality and luxury. And for this, we have invested between 2023 and 2024 more than 400 million euro in the improvement of our portfolio. And between last year, 2025, and this year, 2026, we anticipate with our partners an investment of more than 575 million euro in the refurbishment and reformation of the hotels. Here you have a clear example. We have the Punta Cana hotel where we actually went for a full reform of the hotel, and the repositioning has had great acceptance and really incredible success. Then we are also promoting in this innovation effort many hotels under the concept of branded residences. There are many hotels both in the Middle East, in Southeast Asia, and in the Indian Ocean. And there, in order to actually have a rhythm, a pace of investment that is healthy, they are being accompanied by real estate projects. And this is what branded residences are all about. We have 28 hotels already where we have a mixed model, the hotel per se, with an annex building of branded residences. Here you have an example, the Seychelles Meliá. We will open it in 5 months, but there are other examples in Miami, in Brittle Avenue, or in Bahrain, the beachfront, the Meliá Hotel. These are hotels where there is a very important hotel element, of course, but there is an added real estate element rendering all the services of the hotel. In the case of Bahrain, we will be having the beach club, the largest, in fact, of the country. So this clearly shows that one can actually improve profitability and one can face large investments and doing it with mixed models. And this is uniting real estate and hotels. So we continue to grow with our partners. We have really many joint ventures. Here you see them. It's very interesting because in 2023, we had 6 joint ventures with partners with equity taking place. And last year, we passed from the 6 of 2023 to 13 joint ventures, and that is 40 establishments with more than 14,000 rooms, no less, and a valuing of Richard Ellis last year of practically 3 billion euro. So here you see clear examples. This has a lot to do with family office companies where the will is of growth and long-term permanence. And here I'd like to highlight as well the large growth, the incredible growth happening with some of our partners, many of them present here today. So thank you very much for being with us. Thank you for helping us out and being with us in hotel management. Well, competitive brands. Let me show you each one of our brands. At the end of this year, at the beginning of next 2027, we're going to be opening together with Ali Abawordi, our partner, Gran Meliá. This is an investment of $600 million and possibly one of the major references in hotels in Dubai. And Dubai, as we know, is the major luxury and quality league. So we are very proud that we can go on this first beach hotel there. We have 2 other hotels, but it will be our first beach hotel there. The Gran Meliá Ushuaia in Argentina will be opening in 2028, and there is a full reform of the Dom Pepe Hotel in Marbella, and this will be opening in October, November this year. Then as to the Me brand of Meliá, we have been opening 4 this last year. Here you see the Meliá Lisbon, one of the best hotels in Lisbon in the Avenida Liberdade, and I'm sure it'll become or is already a reference hotel for the city of Lisbon in Portugal. Then Me Malta in Valletta. This is the first hotel fully integrated by Zaha Hadid in Malta, and this is a reference hotel. And since we opened last year, it's a story of success month after month. Then we have the Me Marbella open in July last year. Previously the Meliá Marbella Hotel that has become now a Me brand. And recently at the end, well, in December, we opened the Me Malaga, and we try to make sure that this is the reference hotel for the city of Malaga. And definitely it shows that we believe in quality in such a vibrant city as Malaga, which has really transformed and gone towards a segment of culture and luxury, and the Me brand wanted to be there. We have Meliá Collection brand. Here you see some examples of openings that we have been working on. We have Casa Lucia. We have our partner here. This is a hotel on the Arroyo Street. It's singular, unique in the Meliá Collection group. And for next year or towards the end of this year, maybe we have the Casa del Lago de Gutiérrez in Bariloche. This is a great hotel, a 5-star hotel in the Meliá Collection brand. Other openings, in this case in Lima, Peru, we have La Casa de la Pila. It will be opening in very few months, and we have Casa Alameda in Cadiz. It will be the first five-star luxury hotel of the city of Cadiz. It's an old palace that has been refurbished as a boutique concept of the Meliá collection brand. Then alliances I was mentioning, we have this alliance. For me, it's an honor to have my two references in the world of sports. Rafa Nadal, I mean, he requires no introduction, the best athlete, the best sportsman of Spain, and our reference in football, Leo Messi. Well, with them too, we have six hotels, five in Spain, one in Andorra, of the MIM brand under the Meliá collection, Meliá brand. And then Paradisus, was very, very successful when we opened for the very first time with the brand Paradisus Caribbean 2 years ago, both in Gran Canaria and Salinas. We transformed the Meliá Hotel and the Gran Meliá. We made them become a Paradisus hotels. And 3 months ago only, we opened in Fuerteventura our best reference as Paradisus brand. It's the reception has been great, and we're very happy because at the end of the day, amongst hotels, it means refurbishment and investment of more than 100 million euro invested in these hotels and more than 1,000 rooms in this Paradisus brand in the Canary Islands. Well, as a novelty in Fitur, the reason why I arrived late is because we have just signed together with the minister David Colado and the Ranieri family our first hotel in Beaches Paradises, which is in the Dominican Republic, an investment of more than $200 million. And we are going to be opening on April the 1st in 2.5 months, the Paradisus Cancun, after a very, very substantial reform of more than $50 million. And also in March, we will be opening the Paradisus Bali, which is, in fact, the first time we're going to be taking the Paradisus brand to Asia in Bali. And I'm sure the reception will be great because, they have not tried this all inclusive in luxury. And in Bali, where we have so many families visiting, so many conventions and events, we think that a product like this was really missing, luxury all inclusive. And we know that the reception will be great. Now, the Zell brand, you know that we're very proud of our alliance with a phenomenon such as Rafa Nadal. And we're going to be opening in the month of May the Cell in Fuerteventura. It is a hotel annexed to the Paradisus in Fuerteventura. And really, it means we believe in innovation, and it means bringing the Mediterranean concept to the Canary Islands. I'm sure it's the first Zell in the Canary Islands, but however, as you shall be seeing, there are many openings anticipated for this year. Amongst them, the Zell Cozumel, which is the refurbishment and transformation of our Meliá Cozumel Hotel brought to the Zell brand. This will happen in May, June this year. And for the end of the year, between October and November, we're going to be opening our first urban hotel, in this case, of course, in Madrid, the Zell Gran Via. That's the transformation of an asset that we had, a previous real estate asset, in a singular location in the Gran Via with the attributes and concepts of Zell. We are convinced that the reception is going to be great in the city of Madrid. Then there's, you see, this is in Crete. It's another hotel will be opening before summer. It'll be a great hotel in Crete with all the attributes of the Zell brand. And well, that means that we're going really high, aiming for the highest level. And next year, February, March in 2027, we'll be opening our first Zell hotel in Albania in the Blora region, the Zell Blora. It's a magical place. It's really paradise. And we are very, very happy as to the development of Zell as a brand. The reception is great. And the challenges we had as to open hotels signed and hotels being built. Well, we thought that in 5 years we would have 20 hotels in Zell, and we're doing very well about this. As to Meliá, the brand, well, we're going to be opening in 2-3 months maximum our flagship in Vietnam, the Can Ram hotel with 850 rooms, with annex villas close to the sea. That's the annex. And we have actually been working on the refurbishment. This took place last year. We transformed an old hotel that we had under the Sol brand, and now we have taken it to the Meliá brand. Then in the Costa Atlantis in Tenerife North, we're also very happy about that transformation. Now going on to the inside brand, the openings that will be taking place this year are in Punta Cana Bay. That's the region of Punta Cana. Then we'll be opening a hotel in Malta, in Buhiga region, and in Eunda in Greece. We're going to be also opening a fantastic hotel in the next 3 months and inside. So you see that there's quite a substantial opening, yes, and well, things happening in the first quarter of the year. And I know that despite the challenges, we're going to be definitely successful. We also wanted to introduce, and it's not chance, coinciding with the 70th anniversary of the foundation of Meliá, well, the new uh, rebranding of Soul from the past to the present. And well, we want this vocational family brand that was really the origin of the company as such. And we want now to come along with new concepts. The first one will be happening in the Tenerife area in Arenal. It will be the full reform of a hotel where, well, we closed it for the reform. It's an investment of more than 40 million euro, no less, to complete that transformation. And then the affiliated brand, you know that there are many hotels in the world in rebranding process, and some that will be staying with this affiliated brand with very, very good quality ranking positions. And here we are opening a marvelous hotel in Dolomites, the best ski resort in Italy. Then our first hotel in Budapest, the President Hotel, and the Cusco La Pacha Hotel in Peru, in the area of Cusco. And this will be really quite a special, unique hotel. Well, we've gone over all the brands, and I want to tell you that we are still committed, as usual, to be references in sustainability. Year after year, we are acknowledged as such. And I believe it was last Friday, we were once again awarded the Merco Reputation and Merco Talent Awards as best company and reputation, prestige, and talent in Spain. Newsweek, well, for 3 consecutive years now, has been awarding us mm, the award for company with the best reputation in Spain, and amongst those with the best world reputation and times as well, year after year, together with this list, gives us this acknowledgement as the most sustainable company, as well as Standard and Poor's. And we also wanted to tell you about the opening of the special training school in Dominican Republic. Melia has invested more than $9 million to make sure that we have the best possible talent in the country, as well as all the new concepts that we are introducing in Punta Cana. As I said before, we are opening in the next year and a half or coming 2 years. We'll have a hotel in Punta Bergantin and other villages, and we want to make sure that for those openings, we have the best talent, the best staff, the best people most committed to the company. And for this, well, we're opening our own training school at the end of February, beginning of March this year. The Abinader president and the Minister for Tourism of the Dominican Republic will be with us in the official opening of this hostelry and tourism, hospitality and tourism school. And well, we have more than 200 students right now. We are so proud of this initiative, and I wanted to highlight yet another project. It's the Urdimbre project, which is a project that we have signed together with the government of the Canary Islands. In this case, for the MENAs, those unaccompanied minors in the Canaries, these are young migrants, more than 300 migrants, especially from the Maghreb, arriving in the Canaries. And we have this initiative working with the Canary government to guarantee that at least 48 out of these unaccompanied minors can work in our hotels. For example, the Paraíso Fuerteventura is a good example of social integration of people who, well, have it rough, and they might end up excluded. And we are so very happy and proud to make sure that we are committed, and so that we can help these people fully integrate and become part of our staff. And the degree of commitment of these people towards Meliá is also substantial. It's priceless too. So at the end of the day, well, we strengthen their good impact in society, and we want to always be references, as we are year after year. We see this in the top employer survey, in top employer, not only Spain, but also in the 11 countries that are part of 81% of our staff. We are acknowledged as the best company to work and train in the tourism industry. So you always, well, some of you always ask about, the year to come. It's early times, rather premature, but I can tell you that in Spain, at least regarding the vacational activity, there are very good vibes, very good forecasts for the Canary Islands, very, good levels of occupation, more or less 80%, and there's a growth of tariffs of middle mm, digit, okay, mid-single digit, and also because of direct channel sales. And there are very positive news coming from groups where very possibly there's more visibility, meaning growth over 10% compared to the same date last year, at least for 2025. Well, then, as to 2026, things are doing well and they're going to do better. And ski hotels are behaving very well, both in, the one we have in Baqueira Beret. I mean, really, there's loads of snow. So there, we're going to be having a great ski season. As to urban expectations and forecasts, good news as well. Good news here. In reservations, on the basis of middle mid-single digit growth, but also because tariffs and prices are doing well. Let me highlight especially Seville, Valencia. Valencia, well, of course, mustn't surprise us because last year, as we know, they had terrible problems with floods. So, of course, Valencia, the city of Valencia suffered a lot because it was practically devastated after those floods. But now, yes, growth has been huge. And Seville and Madrid possibly will be the cities in Spain with best behavior. As to the Caribbean, well, as well, truth be told, the reception is very, very good on the basis of our own merit, but also I think that Mexico and Dominican Republic have worked a lot in this direction. But well, unfortunately, things happening in some places that are bad. For example, the hurricane that devastated Jamaica at the end of last year. I mean, that makes us very sad. It means that Jamaica is not doing well. But a lot of the tourism that tended to travel to Jamaica has now decided to go either to Dominican Republic or Mexico. So we have a double-digit growth in reservations, excluding Cancun, Paraíso, which was closed for 1 year and will be opening in April. But there's a very good performance, great recovery of the direct channel. The destination that's doing best in the Caribbean is Dominicana. In Europe, well, forecasts are very positive too. Let me highlight especially Milano. In Milano, the Winter Games will take place between Milano and Torino, and well, the first quarter shows this very positive impact of the Winter Olympic Games. In fact, the figures are so positive that we had to leave for later the event calendar of the city, starting by the fashion fair that usually happened in February in Milano and now has been taken to the second quarter of the year. We see very good performance in Paris, UK, Malta, and Albania hotels. Albania, a lot has to do with the discovery of Albania as a discovery for the mice industry. I was saying this before, in mice, we have a growth that is slightly over 10%, no less. And this is fostered especially by the issuing markets of Spain, America, and the UK, the three markets that are growing more in the segment of conferences, conventions, and incentives. And well, we really think that with this basis, more than 10% compared to last year, well, that bodes very well for this year, for 2026. And we anticipate a year that will be quite good as regards the Meliá company. Reservations, currently we have a growth of a double-digit growth. We have witnessed a substantial improvement in reservations. There are many, many anticipated reservations and bookings, and this is something that after COVID, I mean, it had disappeared, but slowly and gradually in the last 2 years, this has been reactivated. You know, the middle season, the shoulder season is happening. People are booking 4 or 5 months early. This is very good for the health of the industry. And thanks to Black Friday and the support of tour operators and travel agents in our Club Meliá and direct clients, right now we have a double-digit growth in the book reservations, in current book reservations, and markets with the best behavior are once again the Spanish market, the American market, and the British market. And we have the hotel that we opened 2 years ago. I would recommend you all to try it, the Costa Brava Hotel. It is a great place in a magical location. And I'm coming to the end. Well, 2 slides to go. But let me tell you, these 70 years we are celebrating have been possible thanks to the fact of us being a family-owned company. We have a strong culture, strong values. We believe in sustainability. And furthermore, this is something that I believe makes us unique. And it requires the commitment of the different stakeholders, starting by our clients and continuing by our staff, our workers, our partners, and the hotel owners that work with us. We know how to have good talent with us, and we have a great global structure with leading brands. Here you see the 9 brands and this huge effort that has been made for each and every one of the brands, elevating attributes and standards, and with positive growth in each one, working intensively on our distribution platform, our made to measure personalized approach, and how we work with tour operators and travel agents, our guardian angels, aren't they? Creating a high value portfolio. And as I said, this is not by chance. The huge investment that has taken place in the last 3 years and that will be happening as well this year in the repositioning of our product with strategic partners that have been accompanying us, be it as in shareholding or managing the growth and making sure that all this happens and that this growth is qualitative, profitable, and sustainable, and with incredible financial solidity. So this makes it possible for us to have grown and existed for 70 years, but I would dare say to the infinite, really infinite. We will be there forever. We will continue to grow with these good fundamental roots and solid values. So for 70 years, we've been here leveraging what we know how to do best, and leveraging, especially with our people, with the more than 56,000 people that are part of the Meliá family. We'll continue to leverage to have our values and to believe in sustainability for the future. This is something that makes our company unique. We will continue to grow in the best world destinations. And a clear example is the Seychelles or Maldives, and also Middle East and Asia Pacific, also traditional destinations in the Mediterranean, and undoubtedly Argentina, Peru, the Caribbean as references. We are here and we'll continue to consolidate as reference managers and operators. You see what the pipeline is for the expansion of Meliá, and that means great management. We have been learning along the way. It's meant a cultural transformation, and we believe in continuing to work with third parties and reinforcing our leadership in leisure and our belief in luxury as well. So that, with a clear vocation for the long term, learning as we go along, creating a company that will be even more resilient with brands that will gain in prestige day after day, with refurbishings and financial solidity, and with the great assets, the more than 56,000 persons that are part of the Meliá Group. This makes us think about a promising future. And I don't dare say how many years, but at least 70 more, I can guarantee. Thank you very much indeed for being here. And please, if you have any question, any doubt, I will be happy to answer. Thank you. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Pilar Martinez of the Sur newspaper in Malaga. I have a couple of questions for you. One is, what are the plans of Meliá for the Holiday World complex? And what new projects do you have in Costa del Sol? Well, only in the province of Malaga, 22 hotels, no less. So, well, truth be told, it has to be said. I mean, the growth, let me tell you, has been, well, 2, 3 years ago, we had one only five-star great luxury hotel, the Don Pepe, and we've gone on to five hotels, five-star Grand Lux, only in Malaga, like, such as the Mi Malaga or the Meliá Collection in Estepona, or even our new opening in Ronda. And, oops, there's one I'm forgetting right now. Yeah, the Marbella Meliá. No, yes, exactly. I'm remembering them all. So truly, as I said before, we are the leaders in Andalusia with 38 hotels. And for 2026, growth will be very substantial with the opening of the hotel in Cadiz, remember, the and also the Ronda Hotel. So yes, we do believe in Malaga. Holiday World is an example of transformation. It means working very much with the help of a marvelous family. I have spent a lot of time with them. Holiday World means four hotels with nearly 900 rooms, and the partner is this family that believes in quality, and we do too. So together with us, the growth, I'm sure, will be very important, and we will be having these four hotels as references for quality in the region. It will be the beginning of a long relationship and very fruitful relationship with this family. So we are convinced that as partners, we'll go far. It's the beginning, as I say, of a long and successful relationship. Yes, good afternoon here. Esther Barranco of F Agency. I wanted to highlight information. You talked about, according to destinations, you have an increase of reservations in the books you mentioned, and then increase of prices. You talk about mid-single digit. What does that mean? Is it 5%? Could you be more specific? And what's the anticipation of income for 2026? Well, globally for the world is slightly over 10% reservations, current book reservations compared with the same date last year. And it differs according to different regions, possibly in the Caribbean. That's where we have the best results. And then in the Canary Islands and snow, because as I said, there's been very good snowfall. That's where we see more visibility of current book reservations increase. In groups as well, we have more than 10% increase in income compared to last year. And this also means that we are feeling very tranquil as to prices. Well, it's very early days to know how much we're going to grow there. But as I said last year, we are living times of normalization after the pandemic. I mean, we come from 2020, 2021, and beginning of 2022. That was the perfect storm of COVID, wasn't it? So demand changed, and now, of course, there's been this substantial increase. But as I said, in 2025 and now for 2026, growth, of course, will be, yes, mid-single digit average growth, possibly twice the GDP figure anticipated for Spain. So, I mean, I wish, that other companies would love to have such incredible, substantial growth figures, yeah, to compare with the GDP of the country. But I don't think we'll have mm, double-digit growth. But that wouldn't be sustainable, would it? It wouldn't be healthy either. I think now is the time to go on consolidating quality. And it's good that we continue to think about attracting clients with high purchasing power. We want to also work more selling for the North American clients, Asian, Middle East. These are the clients that have the best behavior and have also best figures for areas such as Spain. Hello, good afternoon. I'm Mariana Orea of the Oveja Negra magazine. My question is, what is the Mexican behavior? I was quite interested to see that, well, despite that, yes, there has been sustainability, it's in a way slightly excluded. Also, the Mexican Caribbean. Yes, sorry, and another. Do you have the intention of opening training school in Mexico? Well, undoubtedly, what we require is to have a critical mass of hotels that will allow us to have the good synergies to face substantial investment in a training school. Definitely, yes. We are working with the Quintana Roo authorities and in all the Mexican Caribbean to open another training school there. The expectations are very good. We opened last year the Meliá Maya. It's really been, enthusiastically received. Very good behavior. And this year's it's the year of Mexico in Fitur. I am convinced that yes, there will be more European and also Spanish people visiting the Mayan Rivera. So definitely, we're working on the Paradisus Cancun with an investment of more than $50 million to make it the best hotel in Cancun. That's our intention. And we're going to be tackling an investment of $7 or $8 million to take the Zell brand to this destination, Cozumel, with a reform of the Cozumel Meliá. So, yes, we are very comfortable in Mexico and we work hand in hand, both with the governor and all the Mexican authorities, the Secretary of Tourism. In fact, tomorrow we have meetings. So it's a love story. Make no doubt about it. It's a good public-private collaboration. I'm Jose Ignacio from COPE. I wanted to focus on some details of openings. I wanted to ask you, Madrid does have no me now, so I wanted to know, is there any idea of me in Madrid? Any location? Could you say something? And then another question, I would like you to tell us more, if possible, about the refurbishment of the Gran Meliá Don Pepe. I guess it's a huge reform to be more present in this grand luxury sector, right? Could you give us more information about that? Then you've opened in Maldives, Amelia. Will you open a second hotel there? And will it be, what brand of yours will it be? What portfolio? Then a question about the what was the Punta Cana Paradisus. What about it? It was demolished. Any projects? And finally, in the Canary Islands, Tenerife, there is. Are you thinking about the Paradisus? Well, many questions. I hope I don't forget any. If not, please tell me. As to the first, for the time being, we have no me in Madrid. That's true, but I insist it's only temporary. We are looking for the best location for the me brand. The me brand is a complex brand. It has a special place in the sector. It's not easy. So, as well as it's being a great product, you need a very, very good location. It combines leisure, culture, amusement in the city. So, I mean, there are not all that many locations in Madrid, but definitely our intention is to be back with the Me brand in Madrid with a unique product. As to the Dom Pepe Hotel, this is an investment of more than 40 million euro that will be taking place in a full transformation. It's a great hotel that's given us much happiness, but of course, complying with the legal framework of the regional Andalusian framework and the fact that allows us to build more, if that means improving quality, well, we want to make sure that we have those sea-facing rooms, making them larger, working on the terrace and adding a new terrace, a new balcony, and it will be opening this year with the highest levels and standards, and we believe it will become the reference in Marbella. So yes, we are very, very happy. This is indeed what we are doing in the Don Pepe. As to, oops, oh, the Maldives, yeah. Okay, yes, the hotel, yeah, the Blue Lagoon, the one here. And there will be a second hotel. We will let you know for summer. It will be in the Meliá Collection brand. A smaller hotel. All the hotels in Maldives are small because we believe in that luxury segment there, and that's how we're working on it. We are convinced that with two hotels in Maldives, there will be many synergies and many scale economies. And as to the Paradisus brand, for the time being, we are very comfortable. We are present in the most relevant Canary Islands, most of the relevant islands. Then, as to Bali in Asia, we are very happy. And then there will be another one in Thailand and another in Vietnam under the Paradisus brand. But for the time being, that's all. And once we have the authorization, we would like to transform our Sol Tenerife, which is in the south of the island. We want to take it to the Meliá brand, but we are awaiting authorization from the Arona City Council. When we have the authorization, we will invest because we believe in quality and we want to improve the product there. Yes, last question, please. Hi. Yeah, Corina from Reuters agency. I would like to, you were telling us about 575 million investment in 50 hotels, but I wanted to know what the investment is that has been made already and what are you going to be investing in 2026? So what's the money that you still have to invest? And also, please, in more detail, because you gave us a lot of information, you were saying, what's the growth of income? You expect it to be twice what it was last year? Or will it be just average? Or maybe you were saying so many things, maybe I didn't get it right. And then there are so many images of resorts. It means then that you believe very much in Spain, in beach in Spain, and also in the Caribbean and Mexico. You believe in the beachfront because I've been seeing many beaches. Well, where we it's what we it's where we feel comfortable, where we believe we have competitive advantages. I mean, the vacational world definitely is good for us. So a lot of the growth, and I mentioned it, will be happening in this vacational theme, right? Which is made up especially by the Caribbean and the south of America. I mean, the Mediterranean basin as well has a lot to do with the beach, and then the Middle East and Southeast Asia. So, in those destinations, yes, we believe that we can contribute a lot of value. We feel very comfortable there. Yes, we are also doing work on urban hotels, but with an important leisure component. For example, the Me Lisbon or the Me Malta, right, where leisure is important. And I'd say these are hybrid destinations where there is a strong component of leisure. It's not only urban. As to investment, I said it before. Yes, we have decided to go for work in reforming our portfolio between 2023 and 2024. The investments, together with our partners, were of more than 400 million euro. And of those 400 million, 320 took place in Spain. And between last year and this year, with our partners, we are going to be transforming more than 50 hotels, and that entails an investment of 575 million. Of these 575 million, approximately 315 million were invested already last year, and the rest, that is about 250, 260, will be invested in this year, 2026. I insist these are reforms that we do together with our partners. Yes, the last, Gabriel, really. Our colleague over here, sorry? Yes. Yes, just the growth in sales. Then is it twice the growth last year? Well, these are early days. We can't really say yet. But what I can tell you is that the first quarter, I mean, the figures I gave you are, yes, very good and very accurate. So right now, for the rest of the year, as to current book reservations, we have more than 10% more reservations compared with the same date last year in the segment of groups, which is possibly where we have greater visibility because many events have reservations that happen many months prior to the date. So right now, yes, we have more than 10% growth compared to last year, but I wouldn't dare commit to a specific figure for the rest of the year because furthermore, I think that our geopolitical context is pretty changing, isn't it? So things might change any minute. So I wouldn't dare say, but I insist, yeah, for the first quarter, things look very well indeed, but that's all I can tell you. I'm Sarah Mero from the periodico. Just a doubt as to the reservations. You talked about 10% growth globally. I'd like to know whether we could have the data for Spain. What's the growth of reservations? What is the growth anticipated in Spain? And now that you talked about the geopolitical context, what we're living, could you tell us something more about geopolitics? What are the trends? And what do you think will happen? What might happen this year? I mean, I don't know how this can affect us. This uncertainty, will it affect reservations and bookings? Well, short term in Spain, very possibly the only visibility is for the Canaries, where we have high season, and in the Canary Islands, frankly, the what we anticipate is really very good. Yes, there's been a lot of reformation and refurbishment of our hotel portfolio in the Canary Islands. So, I mean, yes, the tariffs are on mid-single digits, sometimes even high average, but promoted, as I said, by repositioning. So Other than that, there's not much. Madrid as a city looks very good because there are many, many events happening, sports such as Formula One, conferences such as the one of oncology that happens once every 2 years. Then they have, other events such as concerts, and these, the city is very dynamic. But I wouldn't dare right now. I mean, this is mid-January. I can't give you figures for Spain. I think, well, things look good, yeah. And there's something that we should pay attention to, which is the good behavior of Valencia, but that's logical too, because last year, unfortunately, because of the floods that took place, Valencia wasn't in the radar. So many event organizers didn't count on Valencia. Now they do. Anyway, thank you very much once again. Thank you for being here. And just anything, any doubt, please get in touch. We will be happy to help. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. So we'll see you again in 70 years' time, still going strong. Thank you.